Hey, it's Tuesday tea time with Dorina, and I want to welcome all those that will be watching for the first time and those that will watch the replay. We are presented from Women of Wisdom. We are a nonprofit organization here to empower teen girls and women with practical wisdom and confidence. We are here for you to bridge that generational gap between the younger and the older generation because we need each other and to pass on vital knowledge to one another and to the next generation. Okay, how about that? All right. So tonight I'm well, I'm doing peppermint tea and I did not put any um sugar or honey. Well, I don't usually do sugar anyway, but I didn't put any honey in my tea tonight. I am learning to to do to do life healthier. Okay. All right. So here's my cup that I have tonight, which you've seen this cup before if you've seen me on here before, but this is a cup that my dear friend Marilyn bought for me. So, tea time. I like peppermint. I do have, there's some teas that are easy to drink without a sweetener, and there's some teas that, for me, is, I need a little sweetener in it. But this peppermint tea is one of them that, I can either do with or without, to have it is, my own pleasure, but without is healthy. Little honey's not going to hurt you anyway. Okay, so here we are. And tonight we are, let's see, our wisdom topic for tonight is boom, how to honor yourself. Isn't that something? I was thinking about that. A lot of stuff that you know we do or how we do life and stuff like that. A lot of this stuff, we don't even really think about, whether we should practice certain things or, add or subtract certain things in our lives and the benefits that are behind, our decisions to add or subtract. So, really, learning how to honor ourselves have benefits. And really, as I was, putting this together, really the fact remains that what we do, it should come from the heart. And if it's right, then it will help us do other people right. A lot of times we don't realize that when we are not doing life right, it affects how we do other people in life. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so saying that, let me show you this quote. Okay, the way you treat yourself sets the standard for others. And that's Sonia Friedman. Oh, Friedman. I hope I'm saying that correctly. So the way you treat yourself sets the standards for others. Okay, so with us as teen girls and women, it is our nature to nurture, and we have to find the balance in receiving and giving. And we need to remember that self preservation is the first law of nature. Okay. So if we don't take care of ourselves, then how can we be what we need to be for other people? And that's something to consider on a serious basis. Okay. How about that? Because we know how to receive, but sometimes, we know how to give, but sometimes we need to learn how to receive. And um, that's important. So we need to retell ourselves that we need to receive and not just always give out all the time. Because you know what? We can wear ourselves out giving, and giving. And you know what? That is not honoring who we are. That is not honoring ourselves. And we have to set boundaries, draw the line in the sand, so we're not just wearing ourselves out, being, helping other people all the time. Okay. So I let's let me share with you what honor is: high respect as of worth. Okay. So it's self-love, self-respect. This is what honoring is. We're not talking about, uh, you know, honoring where, you're above other people. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about you boasting, on yourself, or uh, somebody else should, promote you, or things like that. We're talking about honoring yourself. Okay. And a lot of that shows up in, how we dress, the words that come out of our mouths. Somebody was just saying to me about, a young man, and he liked this young girl. And then when she opened up her mouth, that was the end of that. So, what we say shows whether or not we have self love, self respect, and whether we are honoring ourselves. And let me say this, because this is coming to me. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but, you know, a man finds a wife. So, in order for a man to find a wife, you have to first be wife material, okay? Because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a wife material. And if you have not projected that you are wife material, then the good ones, they'll just, bypass you and keep on looking for somebody that is wife material. Okay. I don't know who that was for, but, since I don't know, you don't get offended. So just take the wisdom and run with it. Okay. All right. So, have you ever thought about, do I honor myself? Have you ever thought about that? What will honoring myself do for me? What kind of benefits will that have? Well, let me tell you that there's something powerful that happens in our life when we truly honor ourselves. And one thing, it opens up the door for other people to honor us, because You know why some people disrespect us? Because we disrespect ourselves. And they don't see where there should be any honoring there or any respect there because you're not requiring it. And if you require self respect, if you require yourself to honor yourself, listen to that, then you will cause other people to honor you as well. And it just takes you to a whole new level in life, let me tell you. And so that type of lifestyle is very important, especially if you ever want to grow to a higher level in life, and hopefully you do. Okay, so I want to talk to you tonight. I want to talk to you tonight about our feelings, because a lot of times what we don't understand is that our feelings and our emotion plays a huge part in honoring ourselves. And we need to take time to visit ourselves and analyze our emotions. And if we do that, that will help us locate where we are, locate the truth. And don't be afraid, don't be afraid, but work at not being afraid of your feelings and your emotions, not to be afraid of the pain that's uh, involved in your emotions. Don't be afraid of those things, because as long as you are afraid of them, you will not deal with them. And these feelings unchecked can cause us emotional unhealthiness and cause us to chase unrealistic dreams. Now, come on now. Now, that's good. We need to take ownership and responsibility for our emotions and our feelings. And when we do that, man, come on, that will open up all kind of doors for us to see the reality of life and find out what we truly believe, what is our true dream, with chasing after our true dream instead of being unrealistic in life. And let me tell you, emotions and feelings that go unchecked, come on, they will lead you down the wrong path. Let me tell you, you'll be chasing after stuff that will never give you any satisfaction. And and all of that is almost like living in fairyland. I mean, you done made up your own world, but you're not going anywhere because it's not real. And when we don't put our feelings in check and we don't deal with our real feelings and our emotions and whatever pains and things that we have inside of us, you know, you you might as well just be okay with being stuck in life, and you might as well just be okay with where you are and not even trying to get farther in life. We have to grow personally before we can advance in life. And you can bypass those things, and you can pretend, and you can go only so far. But that's the reason why I can say this, because I'm talking to somebody that you keep, you know, doing the same thing. You get so high and then something happens, and then you just can't get past that point, and it's you get so high, and then something happens, and it's like a rotator type of thing. You just you know you try this, you try that, you're trying something else, and all of these things, they seem like they're working at first, and then something slaps you in the face, and then it's not working, and then now you're back to square one, back to the same feelings that you refuse to deal with. Come on now. Let's grow in life. And those things require growth and maturity, and you will reach that if you deal with your emotions and your feelings and not run away from the hurt and the pain. These things can be resolved if we face them. Okay, come on, don't tell me that wasn't good. Okay, so we may not realize this, but a lot of times, uh, uh, honor, the lack of honor stems from our lack of respect, and the lack of honor that we have for ourselves. There's something else that I wanted to say on here, that we lack self honor, we lack self respect and self love, and it hinders us to express real honor to other people. And we can say, yeah, I honor my mom and dad, I honor other people, but underneath your breath, if you're honoring them uh, on the outside, you know, only what can be seen. But inside, up under your breath, you're saying things that is a result of disrespect, then you really are not honoring them. And maybe you're honoring them out of fear, or other reasons. But I'm talking about some true honor. And true honor comes from you learning how to honor yourself. And when you learn how to honor yourself, see that when you learn how to honor yourself, the honor is in you, and it comes out of your heart, and it pours out towards other people. And so it's not just for you, but it starts with you. Okay, like I said, self preservation is the first law of nature. You got to take care of you first. You got to be right in your own heart first before you genuinely can know how to be right with other people. Come on, that's good. That's wisdom. Tea time. Okay, so a lot of times, you know what we do? Now, you could be thinking, well, how is this, telling me how to honor myself? Well, we first have to deal with the things that causes us to dishonor ourselves. And it's the feelings and the emotions of things in our past that we don't deal with. Uh, you could have came from a family that's extremely uh, critical, and because they're extremely, your parents or whoever, extremely critical, then that, you know what, that causes you to not honor yourself. It causes you to have a lack of self-esteem and confidence. And so we have to recognize where these things come from, deal with these things so that we can bypass, or not really bypass, but go through it, deal with it and put it in check, put it in its place, and say to ourselves, okay, we're not living like that. We're not doing this type of life. Okay. I want peace in my heart. I want honor and respect for myself, and I want to live the genuine side of me. Yeah, because so it takes that. And so what we do sometimes is we try to distract ourselves so that we don't have to deal with our feelings. We don't have to face our emotions. And so that can be where you see excessive eating, uh, shopping, over exercising. All of these things can sometimes be things that we do to distract ourselves from dealing with our feelings and our emotions. But let me say this, my dear friend, we need to sit down with ourselves and take time out to know ourselves, to get acquainted with our feelings and our emotions. That will help you not be led by your feelings and your emotions if you recognize them. Today, uh, you know, I know my husband, he had my best interests at heart, but he gave me uh, one of those granola bars or something like that. And I thought, oh, something healthy, And I ate that granola bar, and you know what? It didn't do me right. It did not do me right. And I thought to myself, wow, okay, I'm starting to, or I'm sensitive. I'm aware of how that affected my feelings, because sometimes what we eat can affect what moods we are in. And so that's why you will probably constantly hear me say that we need to know ourselves. We need to discover ourselves. We need to have self awareness. We need to, be aware, of how we think, how we feel, so that we can know how to handle ourselves and other people, and not allow ourselves to be abused by our own past thoughts or be abused by other people. And when you learn how to honor yourself, it will project to people that, oh, you better honor her. she she not she's not for all that disrespect. And that's important because it does something for your morale, believe me. Okay, so we watch a lot of TV, we do this, anything to numb our feelings so we don't have to deal with them. We need to deal with them. Okay. So if we can sacrifice our time to help other people, we can sacrifice time to help ourselves, to get to know ourselves. Sit down for a minute and have some private time with yourself and think about how you feel about this and how you feel about that, and why am I feeling this way about this, and is this something that I need to change, or things like that, because unless you practice life, you will not get it right. Okay. And people are not even telling us that you have to practice these things in order to get them right. But I'm here to tell you, okay? And let me tell you this, if you need somebody to help you get through whatever you need to get through with your emotions and your feelings. That is the reason why Women of Wisdom is here. We are a mentoring organization and we will help you. Okay. So just to throw that out there, we are here for you. You can believe that. Okay. So, how to honor ourselves? Well, recognizing your worth and your own value and showing love and respect to yourself. That's how you honor yourself. Okay. So I'm going to give you some helpful tips to honor you. Okay. Okay. So, number one, stay honest with yourself and check in with self honor regularly. Okay. So, am I honoring myself? And if I'm not, what is causing me to not do that? And sit down and think about it and work through it. You can do this. Number two, I like this one. Write a love note honoring yourself. That's a good one. Coach and cheer yourself on. So write a note of honoring yourself, and in that note, you know, coach yourself and cheer yourself on. Be your own cheerleader. Don't expect other people to cheerlead you on. Do it your own self. Tell there are some positive things about yourself, and there's some things that you are good at. Start cheerleading yourself about those things and stop, dwelling so much on all the negative things. I didn't, I can't, I shoulda. Uh-uh. Look at what I have done, what I have achieved, where I came from, where I am at today, the good choices that I made. Cheer yourself on. It will help you honor yourself because you need to honor you. Okay, number three, hang out with people who honor themselves and honor you. Okay? Because birds of the same feather flock together. And there are some things that are caught instead of taught. So, hanging around the wrong people, that may be your very reason why you dishonor yourself, because they dishonor themselves. Or maybe they just dishonor you and you're putting up with that because you think that you should be treated like that. No, honey, you deserve to be honored. You deserve to be treated right. Everybody deserves that. Okay. Number four, be aware of what you are feeling. Be aware of what you are feeling and turn it into honoring yourself. Okay, so that comes in again where you recognizing, your feelings, being sensitive to your own self, learning you, knowing you, and I just can't sit down and have a cup of coffee with yourself. Sit down and have a cup of tea with yourself. And you know what? If you want to have a conversation, it's okay. Don't listen to what everybody else say about that kind of stuff. Do some role playing if you have to, but get to the place where you recognize your feelings and you turn those things into honoring yourself. Okay? These are practical things that you can do, and it takes practice to become perfect at it. And you have to start somewhere. Okay. So don't beat yourself up because one of these lists or whatever, you're not already there. You got to start somewhere. If you're going to get a flower, you got to plant a seed in the ground. If you want that flower to grow, You got to cultivate it. You got to water it and take care of it. And you know what? You are a precious flower, and you need to water yourself with some positive feedback so that you can grow and be all that you were meant to be. How about that? Okay. Number 5, recognize when your self love tank is low. Okay. And find ways to honor yourself. Okay. Be aware, recognize that. Number 6 is our last one. Okay. Draw from the well of wisdom and practice honoring you and others without, the under breath insults. Now, that put that to practice. When you find yourself insulting yourself up under your breath or someone else, you put that in check and turn it into honoring you. See, really, how you treat others is a reflection of the honor that you have inside you. And so these are some things that you can put in check to realize that that's an area that needs improvement. And you know improve so that you can be what you want to be, and you can follow your dreams and be successful and not keep falling, when you get so high, you know. Set aside time with your thoughts and emotions, work through them instead of ignoring them. And if you need help, come check out Women of Wisdom. We will help you. We want you to win in life so that you are a winner in the world. How about that? Well, I want to thank you for joining Tuesday Tea Time with Dorina. And as I have always said and still will continue to say, that I love you and walk in wisdom. All right. Good night.